Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at a map called Small Town Eastern Europe. And I like the naming scheme on this map. It's very similar to the one used by the developers of the game on maps like Small Island, USA. So let's go ahead and get into the map and take a look at it. Now the map itself isn't that big. In fact, it's small enough where we could probably drive every road that is on the map in this video. Unfortunately, though, the GPS map system is not set up on this map, so that means the little mini map in the bottom left corner of the screen, it's going to be a little triangle floating in a circle this whole time, and I could go and remove it, but then I would forget to add it back and we would never have a mini map ever again. Anyways, the small town is basically over there, or we could go to the left, which is just a dead end, and to prove that's a dead end, let me just crash into it like so. So yeah, dead end, don't go that way. Instead, go to the town and maybe we can find a mechanic to repair my truck. Actually, I don't believe there is a mechanic, unless maybe that could be a mechanic. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be. Maybe he's just a small town mechanic. He takes every car he's gonna fix, stuffs it in there, raises it up, crushes the roof on the top of the building, and then fixes your car. Probably not, but maybe. So anyways, so we have a bunch of buildings around here. We'll go ahead and take a look at some of them, like that one. We have a house right here. This is the house that I claim is mine. Never mind. Not that house. I don't want the one that has a car crashing into it. So I'll claim this house is mine because I can't crash into that. We also have a swing set. Now, I did try to see if you could slam into the swing set and then it would fling you forward or something. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. It would be great if somehow somebody implemented the Grand Theft Auto swing set into BeamNG.drive. Like, just imagine that. That would be great. And unfortunately, that thing just popped our tire and got us a little stuck, but we were able to drive out of it no problem. It's kind of surprising, though, that lip would take out the tire on a truck. You know, maybe a lowered car, sure, but the truck? Did not expect that. So let's got a gas station over here. Crash into it a bit, crash into it twice. And we could go ahead and just reset the truck because I was not enjoying driving that. It was not driving straight at all for me. Right here we have a Suzuki. What is that? Well, it's not English. Like, all the signs I've seen on this map are not English, so I have no idea what it actually is. Anyways, so we just got buildings here and there. Hey, that one actually looks like it's lit from the inside. I just now noticed that. Or maybe it's a ghost. It's those floating spirit ghosts that you see sometimes. Spooky. Actually, when I get close to that, it looks weird, doesn't it, the way the lights are? Like, it's just the outside of the house is lit. I don't know, it looks weird. I just noticed it, though. Anyways, moving on over here, we got, maybe it's a mechanic, maybe it's not. I can't read that. That's super not English. Somebody out there, this is like their native tongue, and they're like, oh my goodness, I know what that says. Somebody out there does. Not me, though. Here's another house. They got a dish. You know, they don't like cable. They got dish. Bring the truck back the lazy way. Just teleport it along. Over here is actually kind of cool. We have a train crossing, and then we have a train. Now, the train doesn't move or anything, but it looks cool, and we can actually go and crash into it eventually. But right now, I'm going to take a peek in this lot. Now, right here, it has just like this little thing that's almost like the world's smallest course that you could drive on. It's just like an oval, basically. And I'm actually kind of curious how fast I could do like 5 laps in a row on this thing. It feels like you could get really good at this and just nail the corners real good, but not with this vehicle in its current condition. It is doing very poorly, so let's get out of here. And again, we got some words that are not English. Like, what is a Rodzlinia? I don't know. What is a ratty 0% Bizanzinki Dada ticket cost? I don't know. Oh wait, I know what that word means. Telewizard? That means television. And I wish it said telewizard. If it said telewizard, I would learn that language just so I could be like, turn on the telewizard in that language. But it's telewizor. Just add a D and it'd be great. Anyways, if you go up this thing, we could go on to the train track. And then we could go and crash into the train. Although we're not going to be going that fast because our truck is so beat up. But there we go, right into the train. And you can see it's not a super high detail train or anything like that, but I still like having a train there. And if you wanted to, you could go over this lip and get out of the map, basically. Like, you're not really supposed to be over here. And the proof of that is once you go about 20 feet, what the place starts to look like. It's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be here, WhyBeAre. And I'm like, I'm going to be here anyway, so I don't care. So we're like in the background now. Don't want to do that. So we'll just teleport all the way back to that jump, basically. And talk about the telewizard some more. Anyways, if we go the other direction, on the train track. There's another train over there we could crash into. Why not crash into both trains, right? No reason not to, so let's do it. This one we can actually get a little bit of speed into it. Whoa! You notice the train track is really interesting how it grabs you, and it's hard to drive on it. Like, it kind of keeps you in line, but then it doesn't sometimes. It's weird. And I'm hoping I could drive off of this, but it looks like we're stuck. So I'll just bring it all the way back again. Oh, a little more. And we can drive on these dirt roads over here. Got some more signs. More about the Telewizard. Got a dirt road over here. Going to the back of this place. Like, there are a lot of little roads like that all throughout the map. I might miss a couple of those. Like, especially the ones that are just like driveways. I'm not going to bother with those. So then we make a small loop. We're back to where we did the little jump. And if we go through here, we can actually go back to where we started. So right about here, this is where we started. And we went straight at this location, but we could have also kind of backed up a tiny bit and went to the right. And then over here to the right, we actually have like this little tiny off-road area that is pretty cool. And I'm actually going to get a real off-roader for this thing because I think it would be more appropriate than the pickup truck. So let's get the D35 Pig. That's like a real serious off-roader, and we'll get it in yellow. So that way it stands out a little bit more than like the default color. And I really like this area because it actually feels like a course. It's not just a pile of rocks thrown out all over the place. It's actually like, here are some logs that you have to climb up. And then once you get through that, then you gotta just hug this a little bit so you don't slide into those trees on your side. We have a couple of rocks here and there, but it's not like the other ones where you're having to find a course or something like that. This one is just kind of do the course because it's a small area, and it's real predefined on what you're supposed to do. So once we get through here, we'll have another one of those little logs you could try to drive across. This one's a little bit harder than the other one because you have only one log. The other side is not a log, and looks like my rear tire is not going to make it onto the log properly. So this is bad. Floor it! Floor it. It works great. It worked great. I didn't think I would make it, so I just floored it, and we made it. Okay, I have one more log, and boom, we are done. You could have done that in either direction if you wanted to. Over here, the road kind of continues, but it eventually kind of just ends into the water. And I don't think you're supposed to be driving on it because it becomes really kind of annoying to drive on because you got all these rocks that are hidden by bushes and stuff. So you'll see what I mean. We're just kind of continuing along what the road feels like it does naturally. And by here, it's starting to get a little more messy, as you can see, because now we have all these trees and stuff, and the rocks are a little bit bigger, and they're hidden by the trees. So it's like, where's that rock I'm hitting? I don't know, but I'm hitting a rock. It's sneaky. I don't even see what I was hitting. It don't even look like I see a rock or anything. Oh, it's like I think I'm hitting the bushes too, maybe. Like, see, it doesn't feel like you're really supposed to drive through that. It seems like you hit the bushes, but you hit the rocks too. But then sometimes you could drive through it, but then other times like that, not happening. Okay, we're stuck on something, but then we're not. And then the tires popped and the drive shaft broke. So I'm not going to bother trying to drive that anymore because it just doesn't seem like a good idea. Right here is, whoops, I'm stuck in the what? I'm stuck in the tree. Okay. Back that up. And what I was trying to do actually is just go over to here and drown the car. That's not what I was trying to do either. Just trying to get back onto this road to go back to the small town. Pop the tire. Great. You know what? Let's change up the car. Let's get a totally inappropriate car for the situation, like the custom version of the Pessima. Totally the wrong vehicle you'd want to use here. Let's see what it does. Oh! Just pop my door open. Okay. I mean, it's driving it. I'm surprised about that. I thought it would get stuck maybe, but it made it. And then actually, if there's a road you haven't seen over here. If we go to the right, there's some giant gaping potholes that I wanted to try to drive through. And I totally missed the turn because it came up a little faster than I expected. But I just want to floor it through the potholes like so. Oh, that one popped. Oh, ha! We got flipped into the air from a pothole. That is ridiculous, man. That is ridiculous. Also, you gotta be careful, like, trying to climb these curbs with this kind of car. It is not gonna go well. You see, I'm just popping tires all over the place. Bumpers falling off. You just gotta be careful about that. If you're using a car like this, you gotta make sure you actually hit the lips of the road that are there to make it easier for you to drive. And I'm hitting a corner right there. And it beat up the side of my car even. There's like a dent in the door. And then once again, there's the Wacky. What is that? I don't know. Over here, though, we do have a graveyard behind the church. You ever hear the saying, it's my grandma's car, she only drove it to church on the weekends? This is what it looks like when she's going to church. She just wrecks it up, so think twice before you buy a car from somebody who says something like that. Seriously, that's like the one bad time, like I know somebody who really got screwed over by buying a car with a story like that. It was an expensive payment for the car because it looked like it was in good condition, and then like 10,000 miles later, the engine just grenades itself, and it wasn't even worth repairing the engine. I mean, you'd replace it. You have to replace it. It actually like shot a rod through the block somehow or something. I don't remember exactly what happened, but it did something ridiculous like that. And it's like, yeah, that was because it was owned by a grandma who never knew how to redline their car daily. Anyways, though, at this point, you have basically seen all of the roads on the map. There might be a few dirt roads like this one that I've missed, which we could just drive through real quickly. A little bump right there you could drive up on, but I don't know why you'd do that. Is that a road? I guess technically it is, so we could drive that too. But yeah, it's about time we wrap this video up. I think there's maybe a fork in this road, and we can say, look, there's one road that goes back to the paved road we were on a minute ago. And there's the church, so it kind of all goes and ties together. And just for convenience, here's a zoomed out look at the map itself. So you can see it's not that big, but it does have a lot of little details to it and stuff that you can look at. And one thing I did not actually do that I probably should have done is this little area over here. I totally blanked out on it because I entered the off-road course at kind of an awkward position. Before I entered it actually at the start, that one I kind of entered it in the middle. And actually I did the course backwards. I just thought about that because at the end of this one there's a jump. And there's not really an entrance. The entrance is the thing by the water, basically. So, whoops, there. Either way, though, we can at least show what this area looks like. We have like a little hidden house back here. And then we have a jump! Which is not going well for this truck. I landed a terrible, terrible spot, and now the truck is drowned. So we'll bring it all the way back to about where we started, and then if you would do the off-road course in the correct direction, you'd be coming at it like this. I've actually never done it in the correct direction, though. I usually did it the other way. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show you, though. And now we'll do the last thing I wanted to show, where you just zoom out and end the video with that. So, until next time, this has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.